Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I am sharing my curriculum picks for my soon-to-be 7th grader for the 2024-2025 homeschool year. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 12 and 15. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So today is all about Lydia's 7th grade curriculum picks for the 2024-2025 homeschool year. And we're going to kind of jump right into it because I do not want this video to be very long. So if there's anything you see in this video that you want to see as a flip through, let me know. Or if you want me to go into more detail about it, let me know. I will try and make that video for you. But we are going to start off with language arts. Now for language arts, I'm piecing a couple of things together, but we are still going to be using, no surprise here, The Good and the Beautiful. So she is going to be using The Good and the Beautiful Language Arts and Literature Level 6. Now she's been really enjoying The Good and the Beautiful language arts courses for the past few years, so I did not want to change that. But she is also a struggling speller and a struggling and reluctant writer. So I'm going to be adjusting this slightly to add in a little bit more spelling practice and a little bit more writing instruction. So with this specific course, you have the course book. You have the level 6 reader. There's also geography and grammar cards and an additional reader that goes along with this course. I can't remember the name of the book, but I will put a picture up for you. But this is a very affordable curriculum, especially because I'm using the free PDF version this year. So the only thing I really had to purchase was the level 6 reader. So this was really inexpensive for me this year for her to use The Good and the Beautiful. I actually used to have this book, don't know what happened to it, so I did have to repurchase it like I said, but we already had everything else that went with this course, so the free PDFs just made sense. So another component to her language arts this year is actually going to be something new to us. It is called Jump In Middle School Composition. Now this has a student and a teacher book, and again, we've never used it before, but I was reading when I was doing some research about this that this is actually a really good course for struggling or reluctant writers. Now this is geared towards grades 5 through 8, and what I'm going to end up doing with this course is I'm going to use this over 2 years. So instead of just focusing on trying to get this done in 1 year, we are going to split it up and only complete half of it this year and complete the other half next year, taking it extremely slow. Again, she is a reluctant writer. She doesn't enjoy it. So I do just want to take it really, really slow and make sure that she's understanding the writing process. And what I like about this, at least from what I was able to get out of reviews and the samples online, is that it looks like it really does start at the very beginning. It starts with pre-writing and then it goes over a wide range of different writing styles and like compare and contrast and, you know, opinions and poetry. So I really like that it kind of is like an overall writing course. Another thing that made me choose this specific program is that it says that the lessons are supposed to only be about 5 to 20 minutes per lesson. That is very manageable. Lydia needs something that is kind of short and straight to the point, so I think that this is going to be a really fantastic fit for her. So we're going to be using Jump In Middle School Composition. And then if the spelling doesn't work for her in the Good and the Beautiful course, this is my backup plan. We will just pull out Spelling Plus. This is for grades K through 6. We have used this in the past. We haven't completed it, so we will just pick up where we left off. But she likes this one. She likes that it's just pretty much like having a spelling list, and then she just practices certain words until she masters them. So this is what we will pull out if the spelling does not work in the Good and the Beautiful for her in this upcoming homeschool year. Now, the next thing I have is handwriting. Now, handwriting is not something that we focus on every day. We only will do this a couple of times a week. Again, she is a reluctant writer, but I still want her to try and perfect cursive and get a little bit more practice with that. So she's going to end up finishing the level 4 course book from The Good and the Beautiful. She didn't finish it this year, so we'll just wrap this one up. And then she will jump straight into The Good and the Beautiful handwriting level 5. So she does really like these ones when it comes to a handwriting course. This is the one that has fit her best. So we just decided to, you know, continue on with this. Okay, now she will have independent readers and read alouds and all of that, but I still haven't exactly pinned all of those down and made my decision, so I might share those in a different video, but she will have additional readers and read alouds that we use with her as well. But let's move on to math. So for math, she's going to be using Simply Good and Beautiful Math 7. Again, I'm using the free PDF version of this course. I do have my own binding machine and I have an Epson EcoTank printer. If you can't tell, my focus for this upcoming homeschool year was staying within my budget, and just know that my budget is much lower this upcoming homeschool year than it has been in the past. So I really needed to find ways to get, you know, some really great inexpensive resources. So that's why you're hearing me say I printed these out myself, because I really needed to, you know, focus on my budget for our homeschool this year. But anyway, back to the curriculum. So again, we are using Simply Good and Beautiful Math 7, and with this course book there is an answer key and 4 units. So I did print out all 4 units up front. So we have Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4. And again, she's really liked the Good and the Beautiful Math over the years, so I did not want to change it up. And math is something that she actually enjoys, so I didn't want to change it to something that she wasn't going to enjoy, and I already know that she loves these, so we're using this one here. Now, next up, this is where things are starting to get a little bit different for us, and that is we are changing up history. So this year we decided to go with Guest Hollow's Whirlwind World History curriculum. Now, we have never used anything by Guest Hollow before, and even though this is a high school course, it is adaptable for middle schoolers. And the reason why this isn't in our family subjects is because we are still going to have my kids, or I'm still going to have my kids work on this independently, or, you know, Bella will work on Whirlwind World History on her own, and then I will work on this history program with Lydia. So Bella has a crazy schedule this upcoming homeschool year, so I didn't want to make Lydia feel rushed when using this course. So that's why I kind of kept them separate. But this course looks like a lot of fun. I do think that Lydia is going to love this, because they even include like graphic novels and comics sometime as their readers. So I think she's really going to love that. But it says that this is a literature-based curriculum that has engaging books, videos, art projects, activities, historical recipes, workbook, maps, printable timeline figures, and a free online textbook. So we are really looking forward to using Guest Hollow in the upcoming homeschool year. And again, the fact that it's using like comics and graphic novels every now and again, and that it is adaptable for middle school, I'm really glad that I could kind of like use this one course between both of my kids. So next up we have geography. Now, geography is something that I feel like I haven't really been able to focus on too much with Lydia. So I wanted to take her 7th grade year and kind of get started on that. And what I mean is that we are just going to be focusing on half of the continents this year and half of the continents next year. So this year I had her choose 3 to 4, and whatever we don't finish up this year, we will go into next year. And to study the continents, we are going to be using the Connecting Continents from Gather Round. Now, these are little unit studies that focus on each continent, and I really like these, and so does Lydia. We will not be using the workbooks or anything like that. We're just going to be doing some of the reading out of here, adding additional books. I will be adding in videos, and I will even be pulling in some of the free Guest Hollow Geography and Cultures textbook to kind of beef this up just a little bit. But I'm just going to be kind of meshing Guest Hollow's geography curriculum with this. And just now, for the continents that she wants to focus on this year, we will be doing Antarctica, Australia, Europe, and if we have time, we will start or complete maybe Asia, depending on how fast we work through everything else. But again, I'm just going to be kind of meshing up Guest Hollow and Gather Round together, because I wanted something light like Gather Round, but I like all of the information and add-ons with Guest Hollow, so I'm just going to kind of meet them in the middle, I think. If you want to see a video about how I'm going to be mashing them up, let me know. I will try and make that for you. But for science, we are going to be trying something new. We are going to be using Apologia Exploring Creation with General Science. Typically, I don't use a full-on like general science course or textbook style when it comes to science with Lydia. She usually likes to focus on unit studies, but because she's going into the 7th grade, I kind of have like this, I have a goal in mind before she gets into high school. So this year it's going to be general science, but again, I'm going to be mashing this up with another curriculum as well. So I'm going to be using this as a spine to work through to just really make sure that I'm covering all of those like general science topics. But then I'm also going to be adding in a couple of Lydia's favorite science unit studies that I've been using, and that is Add the Wonder nature curriculum. So she did want to continue on with using some of these. So she was really worried when I said that I was going to use this different science with her. So I did tell her that she could, you know, pick out 4 unit studies from Add the Wonder, and the 4 that she wants to focus on this year is the moon, river creatures, bears, and clouds. I almost forgot. So those are the 4 that she's going to focus on this year. And again, these are only 2-week-long unit studies. There's only 8 lessons in each of these units. So this is something that I will just fit in probably once a quarter. We'll focus on a little unit study, and then we'll move back into Apologia. Okay, next up we have electives. Now for electives, we have a few of them this year, and the first one we're going to be using is from Master Books, and this is Living Healthy, Nutrition, Exercise, and Making Wise Choices. So I've never used this before, and it's been on my shelf for a while, so even though it says that it's for grades 4 through 6, that doesn't bother me. We're going to use this with Lydia next year, and it looks like it's really interesting. If you do want to see inside this one, I do have a flip through. I will link it down below, but this is going to be her health and nutrition course for 7th grade. And then a couple of them that I can't really show you anything because they're done online. She will be using Fluen's French for her foreign language. Now, Lydia, I was gonna not do French next year with her and then pick it up again in 8th grade, but she said she really wanted to continue on with French. We decided not to go with Rosetta Stone this year because we had some issues with it last year. So I'm just moving her on over to Fluen's French, and we're gonna see if that works for her. I'm kind of hesitant. I hope it does work, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And then the next thing that she's going to continue for an elective is violin. So she loves to play the violin, and we are just going to continue on with her lessons through Tra-La. So these are online lessons with a live instructor that you could take in the comfort of your own home. So she loves that. So we're just going to continue on with Tra-La. Now, the last thing that I have to show you is something that she actually at the last minute asked me to pull in to her homeschool, and that is drawing. She wanted to focus on some kind of art, and I already had these on my shelf, so I thought that we can use these. But these are the drawing books from The Good and the Beautiful, and I have 5 of them. I don't know how many there are. I think there is only 5, but I'm not sure. But these are just vintage images, and she just, you know, wanted me to throw it in. I'm not going to schedule this. This is not something that I'm going to schedule into her day. I'm just going to kind of keep them out and accessible to her, and whenever she feels like picking these up, she can go ahead and practice her drawing. So again, I have level 1, and with each level it goes up a little bit in skill. So here's level 2. They're all out of order. So that's what level 2 looks like. And then we have level 3. Sorry for the glare, guys. Level 4. And level 5. So again, not scheduling those out because she will still do like morning time and family subjects with us, which hopefully I already released that video. I'm not sure. If I haven't, I will be releasing that soon. But that is everything, I believe. So the only other thing that would really change in our homeschool is around the holidays, where I add in a little bit of holiday schooling, but I haven't really picked any of that out yet. So this is the plan. So I hope that this all works out, but that is everything that I picked out for Lydia's 7th grade year. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.